Hi guys, I thought I'd put together a short video of a collapse that I had flying at Blue Rock the other day. Um, for me, this was a pretty significant event as it was my first kind of real collapse that I've encountered, as well as the first time I've really been burned by rotor. Um, I feel like I've been able to avoid it pretty well over the last 2+ years that I've been flying. And this time I think it caught up to me. So hopefully, this is something that somebody else can find useful in order to avoid the mistake that I made. So, enjoy. Thermal off the south end of the ridge. As you can see here, got it pretty high and decided to head over to Castles. On my way over, it was still pretty lifty. At this point, I was still kind of heading toward Castles. And I noticed to the right, the high point on the ridge, there were some birds thermaling off the top of this hill here. And I decided to go over and see if I could find that lift. So I made a slight right turn. Continued toward that peak. Once I got over there, I discovered that there wasn't any lift and made a left turn down this ridge, as you can see here. The collapse occurs just above that bush that's right in my path of travel, that small little bush out on that slope. My intention was to just head down this ridge and kind of come across the top of that saddle to the right of Castles. I felt like I had enough altitude, and I did hit a little bit of sink right here, right before the collapse, but it wasn't enough to make me think that I wasn't going to make it. My bailout was obviously going to be to the left if I didn't have enough altitude to make it. So the collapse occurs right as I pass over the top of that small bush, as you'll see here, and I make a sharp left after the collapse. Collapse is there, so I made a left and headed out around the outside of the rock. Try and give you some more perspective here down this ridge. Kind of shows the direction I was heading and the altitude that I had. I still felt like I was going to be fine coming down that ridge into that saddle. I'm not sure if the rotor was caused by that slope, or if maybe the wind direction changed and I caught some rotor off of this rock here. Felt like the wind was in my path of travel down this ridge, which is why I assumed I wouldn't hit much rotor. The wind speed wasn't all that high as well, so that was another kind of factor that I wasn't too concerned about rotor at that point.